Hey everybody, this is Dave coming to you from the Gaming Cave. Today we're going to continue our playthrough of Point Blank, V is for Victory from Lock and Load Publishing. And if you remember, we left off midway through turn number 1. So this will be part 2 of turn number 1. My goal is to get through turn number 1 here, and then that'll set us up for this video. Okay, so we start with the Germans and their upkeep phase. We don't have any melee or overrun attacks. Resolve terrain placement, nobody's moving. Blazing terrain, morale checks, no. Ready all spent leaders, nobody's spent. Button up, transfer. Okay, so everything's set there. Playing action cards, so the first thing we have to do is get rid of an action card for the Germans. All right, and then we got to see what they're going to do here. And their roll is 7, 2, 5. All right, 2, 5. They're going to melee or overrun. So it's the same thing as last turn. So we know that they will not do this, I'm sure, but we'll go through the actions here to make sure. Okay, melee or overrun. Yes. AEO units adjacent to a player unit. Yes. If multiple adjacent, select AEO stack with highest firepower. But they can't because they're all shaken. That's the problem. Melee or overrun with all eligible AEO units. Okay, so they cannot. So the answer is no. So they're going to go to unit spend or discard. Okay, unit spend is right here. So this would be the unit we'd be talking about. Order referred, yes. Spend selected AEO from previous chart. AEO shaken, yes. Can AEO self-rally? Yes, the leader can. Conduct a self-rally. Okay, so he's got a rally, and this is my first rally of the game. I just want to make sure I get it right. So let's just do a quick look here. This is the Germans doing their rally, so I want to see what they do, if there's anything different. Ready actions, rally actions. 3 is a discard. See the unit spend or discard action. Shaking units in different sectors. If the rally action is part of a double action result, example, rally ready. It's not. Okay, so they're going to rally. So again, I got to look back. Sorry, I'm looking back here at my rally. I just want to make sure I do this right. I really hate when I don't, and then somebody points out that I did it wrong. That's not what my intent here is. Let's see, rally, page 69. 69, rally. This game is a process of restoring the morale. Okay, to rally, so you may subtract the leadership if he's not. Of course, the leader can't do that. He has to do his first. Okay, units in blocking terrain may subtract 2 from their 2d6 check. Units that are in degrading terrain may subtract 1. I can subtract 1 because they are in degrading terrain. Okay, so we're going to do a 2d6 check, and we're going to subtract 1, and his morale is 6. So he gets a 3, and a 5 is 8, minus 1 is 7. They did not rally. So they are definitely shaken there. Okay, wow. That's the end of their turn because that's all they were trying to do. All right, oh, that's good for us because my guys are all spent over here. I got to get them back up. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to spend, let's see, my upkeep phase, resolve terrain placement. I don't have any. Blazing terrain, ready all spent leaders. So this leader is now ready again. So there he is. Button up, transfer, combine half squads. Okay. Play an action card. So we're going to play a rally here, and this allows me to rally one of these squads. So I need, same thing I just did. I'm going to do a 6, He's a 4. 1 is 5. -1 for the leader. -2 because I'm in blocking training. So that squad rallied. Okay. So I have a squad that rallied. And now, and he'll take the BAR with him. Now this leader is going to use his action, and he'll be spent. He's going to try to rally this one. So he gets a 2, and a 6 is 8. -2 because of the train gives him a 6, so he passes. Woohoo, barely. The leader couldn't apply his modifier, but it didn't matter. So I have now 2 squads and 1 like that. So they could actually fire the next turn. If I so choose. And we very well may. Okay. Got a 1, 2, 3, 4. I need to replace my card. Oh, it's a fire action. That's good too. Okay. All right. Back to the Germans. Nothing changed for them. So they're going to do a 11. Okay. 11. Which of course, assault, acquire cover. 2 covers max. Okay, assault. So let me see if I can find my assault. Recon, move action, fire action, ready, cover, melee. Okay, I gotta look up assault. Okay, so for the way the solitaire handles this is we do a move action and then we follow that with the fire action. So select the AEO sector, least fatigue, closest sector to VO. So this sector has the least fatigued in it, which would be these guys. Okay, any AEO shaken in that group? No. AEO units and stack loaded? No. Empty transports? No. AEO control of victory objective? No. Adjacent? No. In the same area? Yes. Move towards these guys. So they're going to do a move right there, which is going to give them a fatigue on the group. Okay. And if they're assaulting, they can fire. So then we go to the fire chart, which I'm looking for here. Fire action. Available to fire? Yes. Well, range is 1, 2, 3. So that MG34 can fire, that squad can fire, and that machine gun team can fire. So they do have firepower that they can apply here. Okay. Available to fire, multiple units, yes. Form a fire group with the infantry. Yes. Have ordnance? No. Well, yes, they have it, but it's a machine gun team. It's a MG34. So we're going to form a fire group. It's going to fire first, and then the infantry with the fire team is going to fire before, let's see, fire ordnance, before radio, AV vehicle, before weapons team, before infantry. Okay. So they're going to fire. This is all part of the assault. So we'll see what this does for them. They are going to have... Okay, so I was just looking and I found where weapons teams cannot be used in a part of a group. So he'll move up, but the assault fire is going to come from my MG34 with my infantry squad. So he has a firepower of 2, and half of 1 is rounded up as 1. So it gives him a firepower of 3. Okay. So he gets a assault fire is a -2. He's firing through a degraded line of sight. So that's another -1. That's -3. It's +1 for his leadership. So he's at -2 to his die roll. Okay. So we pull this at -2. Oh, 6 is a 4. Okay. Now my units. The hill defense is a 1. So I pull 1 with 1. 2 is a 3. So that's a +1. So they hit me. So I got to do morale check. So I start with my leader. He's going to be a +1, 2. He passes. I'll go ahead and do this fire team below him. He's a 6. Oh, 6 + 1. So he's now shaken. So he's a shaken unit. He's not. Now I have 2 squads here. We'll pull for the top one. 4 + 1 is 5. And a 2 + 1 is 3. So they passed. So that one unit is shaken now. And he's okay there. Okay. So they did their part. And he pulled a 6 with that machine gun, MG34. So there's a possibility of a breakdown. So now we pull. Nope, the breakdown's a 1, not a 6. All right, and I got to make sure, because that was an unmodified 6. Does he run out of ammunition? So let's see, page 49. I just want to make sure which way this goes. Could be out of ammunition. Let's see, ammunition. When conducting a D6 check while performing a fire attack, an attacking result is a natural 6. Check to see if the lead firing unit only is out of ammunition. The lead attacking unit conducts another D6 check if it's a 6. Okay, here we go. 2. It is not, so they're not out of ammunition. Okay. All right, so they're going to move this turn up here. That brings us to the U.S. We're going to start with resolve melee overrun. Nope. Resolve terrain placement. Nope. Bleeding terrain ready, all spent leaders. So he's readied again. So he's ready to go. So we're going to play an action card. We are going to do a fire action here. Which allows my squad machine guns there to fire. Okay, before I forget, he also had cover. So this stack here, he's got cover that he can use when they move. All right. And they are now spotted because they fired at us. Okay, here we go. Played this, gonna have a fire action. So I have my BAR, this is a group fire, and I have 2 infantry squads. This group's gonna be fatigued, of course. So they have firepower of the BAR is a 1. Plus 2 divided in half is 1 for the group fire. So they have firepower of 2. Okay, so they're going to fire here. Firepower of 2. And they get +1 because of firing at range 1 and leadership is 1. So that's 2. So it's +3. +2 on top of the firepower of 2, so it's +4. And they get a 2. +4 is 6. Their defense is -2. 5 -2 is a 3. So I had 6 to 3 is +3. So they have to do morale checks for this group here. They're already shaken. We'll start with the leader. So +3 on 3 is 6. He passed. So the leader's still shaken. All right, this squad here, +3 on 2 is a 5. They failed. And they get reduced to a half squad. All right, so this squad gets reduced, and now we have this squad. We do theirs. Theirs is 5, -2's 3. Why did I say that? 5. I'm doing a morale check after the attack. He's a 5. He does not pass. He passes. So this squad passes. They're still shaken. And I believe the half squad will be shaken also. I'm going to verify that and make sure. Has no effect if it's less than or equal to the morale. Right. So we did the damage. They didn't pass. Oh, that's why. Because the difference was 6. They had to subtract 2. 5 -2 is 3. He's also a half squad. So now I have 2 half squads. Here. And everybody's still shaking. Okay. I'm going to play a rally card, and I want to take the shaken off of that guy, so he's only spent. So to make my leader spent, his morale's a 6 and 3, so we get the shaken off of him. So he's back up at least where he's not shaken, where he's in danger of getting reduced. Okay. All right, I did some damage on those guys. Okay. This leader over here is going to, I can spin him, and he's going to spin and reduce the fatigue. Okay, so I'm keeping them healthy over there. I want to get another shot at that MG42 next turn, or in a couple turns. Okay. All right, back to the Germans. They're moving. Let's see, we do our upkeep phase. There's actually, I always forget about this, there's actually an upkeep phase flow chart, so that you do everything in the right order. Oh, I got to play my card over here that I used up. Oh, another combat. That's good. Another fire action. Okay, it can resolve melee overruns, resolve terrain placement. Is there a moving AO? Yes. Moving into an empty sector? Yes. He doesn't possess a terrain card. No. Draw a terrain card. Well, there's a terrain already there. So he moves into that sector. Draw a terrain card and place into this. Let's see. Aeo possesses terrain card with positive modifier. No. Draw a terrain card and place into the sector. Aeo move to. So he would draw a new terrain card here. He's moving into there. And he gets a stream. Well, that's worse than that one, so they wouldn't use that one. So that's off of there. He moves up. They're there now. And they have been spotted. Okay. That's the end of that. We now go to the impulse action. Let's see, anything I got to do here? Transfer, combine half squads. Well, he's shaken, so he can't combine them. He's got to get over that shaken part, and then he can combine those half squads. Okay, he can't do it yet. Now we see what they're going to do. The Germans are going to do a 7-2-5. Melee or overrun. Well, they're shaken, so they can't. So we go to the melee overrun, and of course, adjacent, yes, multiple. So they can't because they're going to go to their spend action chart. It's this unit. Are they referred? Yes. Spend selected AEO from previous chart. AEO shaken? Yes. Can he self-rally? Yes. In terrain with a positive dice roll modifier? No. Move away from the player unit. All right. They have two half squads. So we're going to look at the stacking limits. So he has 2 squads. And half squads, he can have up to 2. So they're going to move. They're moving this direction. These guys are. They're trying to get out of there. They're taking too much fire. They're going to move back to the road. All right. That's it for the Germans. So we go back to the Americans. We don't have anybody moving. He's going to get reactivated again right here. They're going to get another shot here, which will create their fatigue level at 2 after the shot. That's what they're going to do. They're going to use a fire card here. It's going to make them go to a 2, but it will be after they fire. So it's the same thing they had before. It's going to be 1 for the BAR, and each of the infantry squads is a firepower of 1, which is 2, and half is 1, so it's firepower of 2. They get a +1 modifier for being adjacent. You're going to get another one because this infantry is marked with the moving. So you get +1, +2, +3. Firepower of 2 is +5. Okay, +5 onto a 1. I'm going to have to check for ammo. That's a 6. Their defense is -2. A 2, that's 0. So I've got +6 against these guys. We start with the leader. They get a 1. So he's going to pass. Let's see. What did I say I had there? I had 2. Oh, I had +5 +1 is 6. So we had 6. They had 0. So I'm at 6. He gets a 1. So that makes 7. I'm sorry. He has 6 minus. He has to subtract 6. So he gets a 1. So if he's shaken, he becomes eliminated. So we eliminated this officer. Lieutenant Anders got killed. This half squad, I think they're doomed. Oh, they get a 6 minus 6. They have 6, but they have a -6, so they're going to be 0. They're done. And they're going to draw one more for the other half squad. 4, they're eliminated. So we eliminated both half squads. The shaken marker can come off, the move marker comes off, the spotted marker comes off, everything comes off. Okay. Wow, I cleaned them up. Teague went to 2. He's going to be spent. He's going to try to rally this squad again. And he gets a 1. His morale is 6. Well, he's got to do 2 dice. A 1 and a 6 is 7. -1 for my leader makes it a 6. -2. So he's good. He rallies. So he's now available without any fatigue. Okay. To draw a card for my hand. Get a unit action there. All right. Now we're getting ready for the Germans. First thing they do is discard a card. Ooh. All right. And we got to see what they're going to do. 7, but it's a 3-4 this time instead of the 5-2. And a 3-4 is a fire and recon. Okay. So they have 2 actions. First action is a fire action. Select the AEO. Okay. Available to fire? Yes. Multiple AEOs in the sector? In this sector? No. AEO have ordnance or yes. Fire ordnance before the weapon teams, before the infantry. So this group is going to fire. So the weapons team fires separately. That's going to make their fatigue go to 2. So I'm going to unstack some of this so we can see what we got here. We have the machine gun team, infantry squad with the machine gun, and lieutenant burner. Okay, so they fire first. They're going to be a 2 + 1 is 3. So he's ranged as 3. He's firing through this marshy area, so that's going to make it -1. The degraded line of sight. He has a leadership, which is a +1. So they're even there. So it's even. So he's got a 3. He's firing here. A 1. Which makes that a 4. My defense is +1. 2 + 1 is 3. Daggone it. So that's going to be +1. I'm going to put this little marker here so I remember. So it's a +1 for my morale check. Start with my leader. 4 + 1 is 5. He passes. I'll do this squad back here. A 1 + 1, 2. He's good. The next squad, 5 + 1 is 6. They pass because there's 6. 3 + 1 is 4. They all pass, so no effect. Okay, that's from that infantry squad. Now that 1, I believe I forgot to do my machine gun too. So on the out of ammunition deal, that was, check that again real quick here, page 49. When conducting a D6 check while performing a fire attack, a natural 6. I think then the breakdown might be on a natural of 1. Support weapons, page 53. So this one I might have to check for breakdown. Support weapons. When used in a fire attack, the result is a 1, we check for breakdown. If the result is a 1 or 2, the weapon malfunctions. So now we check it for a malfunction. No, it's a 6. So he did not malfunction. Okay. All right. Now the weapons team is going to fire. There are 4. -1. The leader applied his there. So they're -1 with the degraded line of sight. Okay. So they get -1. Oh, on 6. That's a 5. Wow. And my defense +1, the 4. So it's only a gain of 1. So they end up gaining 1. So we check my leader. A 3 + 1 is 4. He passes. This squad back here, 5 + 1, he passes. The next squad, 4 + 1, he passes. And the last squad, 5 + 1. Whew! We just barely passed all that. Okay. So this whole group right here, and they all are at fatigue level 2. They still have cover available too. Okay. All right. Then they're going to do recon. Second half of their action. So I got to find my recon chart. Let's be here. Recon action. Available player unit to spot. Well, yes, for sure. There's one there. Okay, get these off of there. There's definitely one here, one up there. Okay. Yes, conduct a spot attempt to the unspotted player unit. Well, these guys are unspotted. They shouldn't be because they've been firing over here. Yeah, they're not unspotted. They're spotted. These guys are unspotted. Okay, so that's where we're going to try to spot. Within line of sight and closest to an AEO. Okay. So they're going to try. They do not have a leader. He tries with a 6. He fails. He needed 3 or less. Okay. Into the German turn. All right. Well, man, I'd like to do something about them, but I can fire, but it's going to be a... it's through that degraded. What I'd like to do is... first thing is do is recover these guys for my upkeep. Don't have any terrain. Ready my spent lever, transfer weapons, conduct actions. Okay. I have a sniper action. And I think I'm going to check that out and see what I got to do to use it. Okay, we're going to play this sniper action. We're going to fire at this stack. In this stack is weapons team, a squad, and a leader. So we're going to do it this way: 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2. They fire at the at Werner. 3, 4 at the squad. 5, 6 at the machine gun team. So we're going to see where they're going to fire at. It's a 3. He's firing at the infantry squad. The sniper is. So he does a 2d6 attack. So here we go. He gets 4, 2 makes it a 6. So he has a 6 for his attack number. Their defense is 0. At the infantry squad, he gets a 1. So that's +5. So now he has a 5 difference. This is his. He's a 5 for that. 5 and 3 is an 8. 8 on top of the 5, he gets shaken. So the infantry squad right here is now shaken. And he's fatigued. Don't want to forget that. Okay. Now I have to draw to see if I keep that sniper card. 1, 2, I remove the card. Ah, it's a 2. Okay, so this card now is removed permanently from the deck for the game. It's gone, and I replace it with this. It's for the 1 card, and that's what replaces the sniper card. Okay. All right. My leaders here, he is going to do what? Nothing. I don't think. He can have a unit action. Oh, he could do a unit action here. A unit action on these guys is move, fire, smoke, or conceal. Well, he's going to have them do a unit action and fire. That'll make him a spent card. Now all these guys can fire, but their fatigue level is 2, but he's going to have 1, and then 1, 2, 3 in half is 1.5, makes that 2, so that's a firepower of 3, firing at this group. A firepower of 3, firing through that marsh, -1, so it makes it a 2. Firepower of 2, on 5 is a 7. Their defense is 0, 7. They have a 4, so I'm a +3. So he does a morale check on the lieutenant, and he gets a 1. He passed. On the machine gun team, their morale is a 6. They got +3. They passed. And on the infantry squad oh, wait a minute. We only do this once because I didn't hit. No, I hit them. Yeah, +3, +3. They passed. +2 on him. He passed. So they all passed. So I didn't get any effect to them. Okay. And I draw a card for me. Assault card. All right. And then this leader can also do a fire action, a unit action, which will spend him. He's going to fire his machine gun over here. It's a 1, 2, 3. There's 2. It's the only thing that's firing. It's a 2. Nothing in between. So actually, this should have been there. I shouldn't have pulled it yet. A 2 +2 is a 4. His defense is 2. And 6 is 8. So no effect there. And now I draw my action card. It's a move. Okay. All right, we're clicking through here pretty good. Back to the Germans. No melee, no terrain placement that I have to change. Okay. Leaders are not spent. Transfer support weapons, combine half squads. No half squads. Okay, let's see what they're going to do. Here we go. It is a 10, 6-4. 4-6. Unit action. Okay, so we're going to do a unit action. Unit action. Order referred from other flowchart. No. Select single AEO closest to the player unit. Well, that's these guys. Randomly determine if multiple AEOs. Yes. AEO shaken. Okay, so let's determine who we're doing with. The fire team or the infantry squad. So a 1, 2, 3, it's the infantry squad. It's a 2. So it is the infantry squad that we're dealing with. They shaken? Yes. Can they self-rally? No. In terrain with positive dice roll modifier? No. Move away from the player unit. So that squad would want to move away. So they're going to move away. They take that MG34 with them, by the way. In the next turn, when they move, they're going to be spent. All right, they're going to try to move and get away from them guys. Okay, that was their action. Did I discard one from them? I do not believe I did, so I'll do that too. Okay, here we go. Resolve terrain, don't have any. Ready my spent leaders. He's readied. He's readied. And you know what? These guys fired last time and they were already a fatigue of 2, so they became spent. I forgot to do that. Okay. So I'm going to do they're spotted. Put that up there. I'm thinking about what I did last turn. He played his spin action, which was a unit action. Right, so he was that way. Now we've got him out of that, got him out of that. That machine gun fired over there, so they picked up a fatigue. We forgot to put that on them. Gotta watch this stuff all the time. I think this machine gun team fired earlier, and they should have had, they were also at a 2 because they had moved. Yep, I moved my marker over and forgot to put one on those guys. Okay, so these guys are spent, so we're going to do a rally action for them, and I can get one of them. Try to get this first one rallied. We'll do the one on the bottom. He gets a 4, and he -1 for the leader, -2 for the train, or 1 for the train, so no problem there. So he rallied. So we have these 2 squads available. And I have this one here. And now my leader is going to do a spin action right here to rally this one. And he gets a 3, so he did. So they're all back up and rallied there, but the leaders got the spin action. Okay, so they're done. This guy is going to do his ready action. Now ready action either remove spent or reduce fatigue. So he's going to reduce the fatigue over here. Okay. So keeping those guys ready to go. All right, gotta, oops, sorry about that. Gotta bring a card back into my hand. It's a cover. All right. And we go to the Germans. They have to resolve terrain placement. Well, they have terrain there. Ready, their spent leader is not spent, and they're going to move their squad. This squad is going to move back to here now. Okay, take that off. He's spotted there. Okay. All the action is right here on this hill so far. So I haven't lost anybody, so I haven't had to bring anybody up. These guys are in the brunt of it right now. All right, so here we go. They're going to do a 8, which is a 6-2. 2-6. 2-6. Ready or unit action? Here's a unit action. Let me find the ready. Let's see, ready actions. So let's see if he can do a ready action. Any spent or fatigued AEO? Yes. Are they spent? No. Reduce fatigue of an AEO with most fatigue closest to you or randomly. So this guy. So they're going to go down to 1 now. Okay. That's what they did. So they reduced their fatigue. All right. Okay. We're back to these guys. He gets to get clear again. And they can do a unit action right here and fire. The whole squad is firing at these guys. It's a -1 with that marshes in the way. So they're going to be 1 with the BAR and 3, which makes it 2. So that's a firepower of 3. +1 for the leader, -1 for the marsh. So I'm at +3. So we get +3 on our fire. 6. Ooh, that makes that a 9. Their defense is 0. They have the they're going to play their cover. Find where that's at. Cover. And that should make it, I believe, that cover modifier is in 8.3. So let's see, that's worth 2, I think. .3, I'm looking up. Oops. 8.5. 8. Oh, come on. 8.3 cover. Yeah, adds +2 to the damage check. Okay. So I haven't got to the damage check yet. Okay, so we're at 6. We pulled a 6. I'm going to have to check for something with that out of ammo. So we pulled a 6 plus 1 minus 1. Yeah, it was even 6. Okay. They get a 3. No modifier there. So it adds 3 minus 2, so it's +1. So we're going to add 1 to these cards, do the morale check on the leader. 5 plus 1, 6, he passes. Machine gun team, 5 plus 1. And I believe they passed. Oh, he had a fatigue under there that I could take off. Okay. And their morale was 6, so they passed. Okay. These guys take a fatigue for that. Okay. That's the end of that. And we're going to fire the M19 again. He's a 2. He gets 1 for the leader, so he's +3. He's firing at the woods, so +3. On 4 is a 7. Wait a minute. That 4 should go for my out of ammo check. So it does. He's not out of ammo now. +3 and 4 is 7. Their defense is 2. 2 on 6, 8. No effect. Okay. And that was his spin him. Okay. All right. Draw a card for my guys. No terrain checks for the upkeep phase. Ready, the spent leaders, they're okay. I guess one thing I think I keep forgetting over here with this spent leader, he would have played a spent and he would have removed that fatigue off of that fire team there. So this would bring him back to ready. They played their cover, so it's gone. Okay, caught up a little bit. Always forget to use the leaders. They get to use their stuff too at the end there. Luckily, he's got rally or ready, so he doesn't have a fire action or a unit action he could be using against me. This guy down here actually has a fire action, but he doesn't have any special weapons that can reach me. So I've been lucky with them being out of touch there. Okay, ready to spent leaders. So we're ready to conduct actions. See what they get. They have 8, 2, 6. Two, 6 is a ready or unit action. Okay. Ready action. Any spent or fatigued? Yes. Spent? No. Reduce fatigue of AEO with most fatigue closest to player unit. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Would be this guy. So he's going to reduce his to 1 now. Okay. That's it. Oh, they're getting out of the fatigue deal. He's still shaking though. All right. I can do another unit action. Which we're going to do a unit action. They're going to fire again. Brings their fatigue level to 2. So again, there are 2, -1, +1 there, and 1 for the leader, so +3. So he's a +3. He gets a 1, that's a 4. Their defense is 0 and a 4, no effect. And does the 1 have anything to do? Is that the breakdown? Yes, I got to check. If it's a 1 or 2, he's going to break down. No, it's a 6. Okay. So no breakdown. All right. So they did theirs. See, he would have been rallied up. He's going to use this to reduce the fatigue off of that machine gun. Keep reducing him. He fired like every other round. But it definitely helps. Okay. And I get a card. Okay, we can use that. Nobody to ready. Ten. Unit action. Unit action, not referred, closest to the player unit. That's these guys. Are they shaken? Nope. Do they have the assault icon? He doesn't. No. Are they in wire? Nope. Or 0 die modifier. Are they in wire, mines, negative, or 0? Yes. In sector move. Okay. They're going to do an in sector move. They want to find some better terrain. So they're going to do an in sector move. Okay, we got to put a fatigue on them because they're moving. He's going to do his action. He can rally, or so he would try to rally. He's going to try to rally these guys, get this shaken off of them. So it's a 2d6, 1, and 4 is a 5. He does that. So the shaking comes off of that MG34 now. Okay. Brings me up. I'm going to do we're going to play this. We're going to reduce our fatigue to 1. And he's going to fire over here. It's going to give them a fatigue of 1. With that machine gun, it's a 2, 2, and the leader makes 1, makes him spent. So it's a +3. And he fires 4, makes 7. His defense is +2. 1 is 3. That's a 4. He hits him. His morale's a 4. Adds 4. That's 7. So he is going to go. He's shaking. And it's less than 2 times. But he's shaken. So now he becomes a reduced squad. And this is your another second line squad. So they're now reduced. All right. I've almost got rid of that machine gun over there. And I believe that's going to be the end of turn. Action deck has been exhausted. Remove all spotted markers from all units in play. Nobody's in the midst of completing, so spotted comes off. Spotted comes off. Spotted. Oops. Spotted. Spotted. And spotted. So this came off of everybody. Oh. Not for this guy because he's still moving. Any units that are spent are now readied. So he's readied. He's readied. Okay. All units in play can reduce fatigue by 1. That one comes off. That one comes off. That one comes off. That one comes off. And this one comes off. Okay. No blaze markers. After D6 resolution complete, remove all smoke markers. Don't have any. Update the turn marker. So we update the turn marker here. Becomes turn number 2. These cards all go to the deck. I still have 4, so I got to draw 1 for me when we come back. And that's the end of turn 1. Woohoo! I got there. All right. Very interesting. It's moving along. I really like having the AO playing somebody that's aggressive. They seem to play get a little better. I'm still getting used to remembering to do things with their leaders. So I got to keep working on that. Don't forget that. All right, well, we're hanging on to the hill right now. They can't get up there and get me yet. They're going to try to find some better terrain over here off of that road. So, okay, hope you're enjoying it. And hope you like the video. Give me a thumbs up if you do. And if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. And we'll see you for the next playthrough. See you, everybody.